Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our weekly It's Her Business show. My name is Eva Palakova, and I am your host. So first of all, so good to see some of you guys, and I cannot see your name until you click whatever StreamYard is telling you to click, because otherwise I just see you as a Facebook user. But welcome back. I'm so excited to be here. Our whole team, we were on vacation last week. That's why we were not live. But today's episode is about revenue planning for success. So welcome. Let me know who joined here, where you're joining us from. We're also simulcasting this on, I think, 8 different platforms and 8 different groups, but hopefully I can see all the comments. It's a little bit crazy. I just expanded the StreamYard plan so that we could be on YouTube and LinkedIn and all these different groups. So it's quite fun. But anywho, just a little bit of backtrack why I chose this as a topic for today. Some of you guys know that we have been in very much of a hyper growth phase in our business. And we went from literally, somewhere between $700 and $4,000 in revenue 18 months ago to just having our first $565,000 month. And we're literally doubling that every retreat cycle. And I was, as a leader of the company, I did that, even though I did not do that on my own at all with a team, but I did that as a single mom, going through pregnancy, having Lexi, and not having any co-parent. And, some of the things that I'll share with you guys, I share them because I know life is not ideal. And a lot of you are building a business where, you do have kids standing on your shoulders. You might still have a day job and you have a million different responsibilities. So I really want to bring this, to ground us into a center about what's really going to be needed for you to go through this hyper growth phase in your business. And I will also say something that's coming to my mind, like people like, oh my gosh, that's sounds crazy and it must be so much work. And I will tell you honestly, it's a lot less work now than it was when our business was generating next to nothing and we're making like $2,000 a month in sales. It literally was more work then, only because we didn't know what we were doing. So today we have about 20 minutes together. So as you guys know, I go through things really quickly, and I want to focus on the 4 keys to revenue planning I want you to be thinking of, because Q2 has already started. And look back at, where were you with your revenue goals at the beginning of the year? What did you want to achieve in your business? And now let's look, are you on the way, or are you not? Or are you ahead, or are you behind? And I would love to know, for anybody who is willing to share in the chat, how are you doing versus your annual goal? Looking back at Q1, how did you do, right? And I will tell you, in the past 18 months, it's literally the first time where quarter after quarter, we are exceeding and beating our own revenue goals. Literally the goal that we had for the entire year for 2021, we met the goal in Q1. And a lot of it is, making a very conservative plan, managing to that plan, managing a team to that plan, and really going full out. So let's dive into, hi, Anne, good to see you here. Thanks for saying hi. Somebody else says hello, but you guys, I can't see your name. It looks like this. It just says Facebook users says hello until you click that thing. I have no idea who's saying hi here. Okay, somebody says I'm behind yet growing. Yes, that's how it went for a long time for us until we mastered, revenue planning and really reverse engineering what we're doing down to a week, a day, and so on and so forth. So let's grab a pen and paper. You're going to be taking a lot of notes in the next 15 minutes. And I want to zoom through the 4 things that are going to be super important. Number 1 is, of course, as you know, having an incredible program, an incredible signature hybrid program that you're filling that is at minimum $500 a month, but you're going to be moving towards and raising the price towards somewhere between $1,000 and $1,500, and for some of you guys beyond that, obviously, right? Depending on who you serve. And that is absolutely necessary. If you are trying to fill a program that is 100, 200, 300 bucks a month, it's just not possible to give people the service you want to give them, to have the resources to support them, have the team that is going to support them in the long run, and get your clients the results, right? And that's the most important thing, right? So, and that is not to say that everybody is there right now. Start where you're at and make sure you're raising your price every single 8 weeks, every single retreat that you're doing. But an incredible program that you're filling, preferably a group or a hybrid program, right? One-to-one program is not going to get you there. I'm talking about a hybrid or group program that is at minimum $500 a month, but you're moving towards, right, and improving it, making changes to it, to where you can charge $1,000 to $1,500, okay, or more, obviously. So that's number one. Without that, it's going to be very, very difficult to get there. And again, we started our program at $697 a month, and that was with, 2 calls that we had. And as we moved along in the past 18 months, every time we did a retreat, we increased the program price and made substantial improvements to the program, to where right now we have practice sessions and role plays and mocks and whatever, pitch practice or something going on every single day in the program, mindset sessions, whatever you have, right? Multiple times a day, because we now have a team and we can afford that support. Okay, so that's number one. That's like a baseline, right? Number two, having incredible conversion events that you're doing every 8 weeks, where you're bringing 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 people into your program at once, right? Our first retreat, we had one person come in. It was not even into a group program. As you guys know, it wasn't a very successful one, but that's okay. We tweaked and perfected, and the next time we had 3 people come in, then we had, I can't remember, I want to say like 4 and then 8 or something like that, right? So we were making improvements every single time, right? So that's number 2, having an incredible conversion event, which, as you guys know, we recommend 7-day retreats for about a list of 100 reasons, having tried anything and everything in the industry, anything from, 20-minute event, 5-day challenges, 10-day challenges, so on and so forth. And this is really what we love the most, to deliver people an incredible experience and continue the journey with the people who are ready to continue to work with us for a year. Number 3, having an online and offline sales process for turning the people who are following you in some shape or form into clients. And online, I shouldn't say online and offline. What I mean, say on camera and off camera sales process that you are using to turn prospects into clients. Okay. And obviously the online piece is creating an incredible high level content, right? That is no fluff. The way you're going to differentiate yourself from all the people out there is that you're actually talking about the real stuff. You're giving them real value, right? I could be talking about, 3 tips on how to do stories on Instagram, but here's the thing, everybody else is talking about that, right? And it wouldn't be very fun and exciting, right? Or like how to do LinkedIn or how to do Twitter. Who cares, right? You can look that up and you'll probably find 20,000 YouTube videos on that, right? So you don't really need that. So really up-leveling your content and delivering unbelievable value on camera, and then having an off-camera process where you can talk to people, you can get them on the phone to talk with you, build that relationship, and eventually close sales, right? So that's number 3, having the funnel system for it, knowing exactly how many people do I need to have coming into the retreat, how many people do I need to bring into my database, how many people do I need to have a call with, how many people do I need to have on day 1 of my retreat to reach my goals, right? It's very, very important to have these numbers and to work off of that to reverse engineer then, okay, what do I need to invest into advertising, doing lead gen with Facebook ads versus, doing manually, right? Like outreach and using my VA or team members to help me with that, right? So that's number 3, right? Online, on camera and off camera, sales process that, is pretty much guaranteed to turn prospects into clients. And number 4, and this is really, really important once you start nearing the 6-figure mark and even before, an incredible team that is going to help you close sales and support your clients. Close sales and support your clients, as well as the operational side of things and marketing, right? So those are the 4 keys that you need to have in place. Let's see. Hi, Pearl. So good to see you. Congratulations. Incredible. Congratulations on your retreat. Awesome. All right. So now let's talk about the actual revenue planning, right? So assuming you have the incredible program in place, you have an incredible conversion event that you're repeating over and over. Number 1 thing you need to do is go to your calendar and map out when your retreats are going to be for the whole year. I literally know for the next 12 months, what is the retreat weeks? We're also doing mini retreats in between, which if I have time, I'll talk about in a little bit. But having that mapped out, what are the weeks we're doing lead generation? What are the weeks we're onboarding the clients? What are the weeks that the business is shut down and everybody's taking time off, right? So I'm going to see if I can share my screen so you guys can sort of, let's see. Does StreamYard allow you to share screen? I guess we're going to find out. Share screen. All right. We will find out. So I want to share with you this. Hopefully you guys can see this. If not, I guess I'm going to find out in a little bit. But this is our calendar, basically, this thing right here. So you see all the dates here, and we literally have, okay, the green is our retreat weeks, right? So we know when we're doing our retreats. Our orange week is our client onboarding week, where we're onboarding a new group of clients, typically. Then the gray week is when the company is shut down, right? Everybody takes time off. That was last week for us. I'm not going to lie, I'm still in a little bit of a vacation mode. I went on a spiritual retreat and I'm still a little bit in it and doing some processing. So that's why I like to take the next week is part-time for me, and it's really like integrating some of the knowledge, some of the visions that I get during my off week, right? And so it's a little bit of a strategy and retooling week, which is the week we're on right now. I think you can see this is the week that we're on right now, right? And then we move into like full lead gen, nurture weeks, and we're going live and we're talking to people and we're closing sales and this and that. And we have a little mini retreat going on here, which is like an extra layer. Just, we do different tests and we test different things to see how that's going to work as a conversion event. And, then we have our dark green week, which is our major, our big 7-day retreat, right? So I hope that's making sense. I just really want you to map it out because, and then you really live and breathe by that calendar, right? People get too easily discouraged. They're too easily, that didn't work, right? Let me change the plan. Let me scrap all this and start over and go in a different platform. Let me go throw another spaghetti on the wall. There's no spaghetti throwing. Like we know this is what we're doing every 8 weeks, right? There's a green, we're doing a retreat, like no matter what, right? So there's a orange, we're onboarding clients. It doesn't change, right? Like my friends know this is her off week. We get to hang out, whatever, go on trips, do meditation retreats, whatever. I have that mapped out. I have my retreats booked ahead of time. I have my vacations booked ahead of time, right? So having that set on the calendar is super, super important for you and your team if you have team members, right? So that's as far as planning goes. Now, reverse engineering that a little bit more. Let me share this with you guys. I'm just going to give you a glimpse of what this looks like on a practical level, right? So we have actually a couple of retreats going on this month, and one is a mini retreat that we're doing in 2 weeks. And we're testing out in a 2.5-day model where we're going to have 5 different sessions, and we're going to go very, very high level and very, very fast during those. And, we're just testing this out, putting 500 people through it. And so, on our team, we reverse engineer how many people are we going to bring through Facebook ads, how many people through referral, how many people organically, how many people we are re-signing from the past retreats, right? What's the total, right? So, our team knows exactly like what do we need to per team member, how many consults, how many connects do they need to do, how many really qualified people do need to be on their list of potential clients, right? So we have those numbers and we live and breathe by those numbers. And then we go, yes, of course, we serve everybody, right? But then we also know who is the right people who are going to be a great fit for our program, right? And the same thing for a big retreat where we're going to have somewhere between 3,000 and 4,000 people registered. We know what's going to come from Facebook ads, what's going to come from organic registration, social media, outreach, blah, 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 referrals, re-signups, and so on and so forth. So the reason I'm sharing this, it's a little just, let's see if I can stop sharing. Did you guys get to see that? Did everybody see my screen? Okay, great. Selena says it worked. Awesome, right? So you really have to be super clear. And if it's just you, right, in the company right now, then you better have a sales meeting with yourself every single day and lead generation meeting with yourself every day so that you can make sure you're reaching these numbers and you're reaching these goals and you're not getting yourself off the hook, right? Because otherwise you're going to end up with, just a handful of people watching on the first retreat, right? We just had a bunch of clients join like 2 weeks ago during the onboarding week, and we're seeing just like tons and tons of registrations. It was day 1 of retreat for a bunch of clients, and they had anywhere between 15 people watching to 45 people watching their day 1, and everybody's doing incredible and already closing clients, having a bunch of sales calls. But that is because they are holding themselves accountable to doing the lead generation, getting on a call with a bunch of people before their retreat, practicing the connect calls, practicing the sales calls, and really being committed to reaching their goals, right? So thank you so much. Yeah. All right. So back to that. So number 1, in your planning, you need to go to your calendar and map out those conversion events, right? Number 2, you need to get crystal clear about what is the number of leads you need to put through the event. And there's a difference between your list of people and list of your hot and qualified leads, right? So you need to get clear on that because pray and spray doesn't quite work, right? We had a retreat when we literally had, I think, 500 or 600 people going through it, and we only closed 0.5% because we didn't do connect calls. We did not qualify people. We did not know who our people were going to be. And it was just kind of like, let's wait and see. And, it was still fine. We closed 40,000 in sales, but, we could have We literally quadrupled that easily if we had done the work before and the appropriate planning and, did the work before, right? So that's number 2, being very, very clear about what those metrics are. Number 3 is the leadership and the accountability piece. If you have one person on the team, and everybody should have a person on the team. Everybody should have a person on the team. If you can afford somebody at least for, 15, 20 hours a week who can help you with lead generation and sales, it's so, so, so worth it. Literally, everybody who comes into our company within the first 8 weeks generates a minimum of $30,000. Maximum we have seen is about $300,000 in revenue. There is an extremely high ROI on bringing people in. However, you do need to provide the training, the accountability, the coaching, the daily meeting, right? Like, what those metrics are. Just like I share with you guys, that's exactly what we work off on our team. It's exactly what we work off, right? And then everybody knows, okay, this is the number of leads I need to bring in. This is the number of connect calls I need to have. This is the number of consults that I need to have with people who, business meetings, like people who are interested in working with us and they want to know how in order to reach my goal. So every team member knows that, right? And they also receive the training. And we do role plays. We do training 5 times a week, and we do role plays 3 times a week where they get to practice with each other practicing a connect call and practice a business meeting, aka consult, right? So it's absolutely the best thing you can ever do for your business is to bring somebody on board to help you. It's also one of the reasons, like, there is zero chance me as a single mom I could run this company without a team. It was just not possible. Was it really difficult for me to invest into ads, coaching, and team when I was expecting a baby, had zero savings? My business is just like completely like shut down as it was, right? And I was terrified about how the heck I was going to pay my rent, right? Was it incredibly difficult? At that time, it was just Jay. But even then, it was extremely scary to give her the hours and say, we're going to do this, even though we were making literally no money, right? But at the same time, it's the best thing you can do. It's the best thing you can do to invest into a team, but not just invest into the team, but invest into the training, the coaching, the accountability, right? Doing the daily meetings with them so that everybody's on the same page about what needs to happen every single day in your business, right? And this is a conversation you might not be ready for. You're sitting here and like, oh my God, I still have my day job. I can't imagine bringing somebody on board. And that's okay. I was exactly where you were, right? We were all starting somewhere. But I want you to start thinking as a high-level entrepreneur, if you do want to bring your business to at least low 6 figures, right? And some people are like, well, I don't need low 6 figures. But here's the thing. If you want to if you want to run a business that you actually love, where you get to silo into your zone of genius and you get to do what you truly love, you will want the support. You will want the people on your team who can silo into their zone of genius, be it marketing, be it operations, be it sales, whatever's not your zone of genius, because that really allows you to build a business that you really, really love. It doesn't happen in the beginning stages of business where you're doing everything. It's not very rewarding, right? It's a lot of work when you're still doing it all by yourself, right? The minute you can start bringing in team that can take some of the work off of your shoulders, there's people like, for example, I used to think, oh my gosh, I hate sales. How the heck? Like, why? How can I even find somebody who loves sales? But here's the thing. We have people on the team who are obsessed with sales. They love it, right? For them, like, coaching is more of a punishment than sales, right? They just want to do sales. We have people on the team who absolutely love coaching. We have people on the team who are absolutely terrific with details and operations and making sure everything is as it's supposed to be. That's not my zone of genius. And, it is their zone of genius. And I can do this. And I can do this. Like, I can be here with you guys and teach, which is what I really, truly love doing, because we have those people on the team who do that, who operate in their zone of genius. I hope that's making sense, right? So it's an incredibly important and necessary decision to bring in a team. And it's incredibly scary. And you don't want to do it if you're not going to put the effort and the intention into the training, the accountability, the coaching, the instruction that they need to actually become successful in their job. All right. So, yeah, you can absolutely employ people by the hour to do sales for you. Absolutely. You don't have to have a full-time, at the beginning. Like I worked with Jay and, she was working, I don't know, like 3, 4, 5 hours a week. That was it. Right. Um, oh my goodness. Somebody said I've been trying to have a meeting with myself every day. That's really great. Keep doing that and hopefully bring somebody else on board. And when you guys do that, it's like a built-in accountability once you have a team, right? Because you have that meeting going on, you can just not show up for it and like pretend sales is not happening, right? So yeah. Let's see if there's any other questions. Okay, no questions, seems like. All right, so to recap this for you guys. Oh, before I recap this, let's see. For those of you guys, a lot of you guys are already registered. Mini retreat, 2.5-day event. Really fast and furious and very intense, is happening in 2 weeks. I believe it's April 26th, but I might be wrong because I don't have the calendar in front of me. It's basically the Monday 2 weeks from now. And you want to reserve 2.5 days, Monday, Tuesday, and part of Wednesday afternoon for this. We're going to be moving through all those building blocks. For those of you guys who attended the last retreat, a lot of the things are going to change. We're going to have a session specific on team building because we know we have a lot of entrepreneurs coming into the community who might be still in the beginning stages. However, they're really inspired by the team building aspect and they want to explore it for the future. So we're going to be building that in. The registration is, I'm on 8 different platforms. There's no way we can like plug that link in, but it's evapalekova.com/ I want to say mini retreat. Hopefully I'm getting that right. evapalekova.com/ mini retreat. If you guys want to, I don't know, Selena, wherever you're watching from, if you can plug that link in for those of you guys who are not registered, it's going to be absolutely incredible. For those of you who do know you want to work with us and you have some questions about it, we're also going to plug a link for a business meeting with us, a 20-minute consult. It's not a free coaching session, but it's a really good opportunity to ask any questions about our program. We're also going to send you some materials ahead of time so that you can get clear on whether this is a right fit for you or not to be in our program. So we're going to plug the link to the consult to my team's calendar there as well. For anybody who wants to sign up, would absolutely love to have you. And, before, schedule it a couple days from now so that we have a chance to send you some info and material so that you can review it, right? You're not going into a blind. You at least know, what do we do? What's our price point? And, how does it work so that you can come into it prepared, right? And so that's that. So those are the 2 things. Mini retreat happening in 2 weeks. Consult link, we're going to put that in. Now, just to recap this session, you guys. Quarterly planning, right? So again, the building blocks, an incredible program you're filling, and really start thinking, like I know you guys are starting at $500 a month, but do some visioning about what kind of program you can create that will deliver the world's most transformative results that you can charge at least $1,000 a month for, okay? Number 2, incredible conversion event. Preferably a 7-day retreat. Can't tell you enough about it. That you're doing every 8 weeks, right? That you're using to bring 3, 5, 7, 10 people, however many, as you get better and better at it, into your incredible program. Number 3, an incredible on-camera and off-camera process, right? a really good nurture process, this is part of it, right? Like me going live every single week, producing, today is my content day, I'm recording podcasts, I'm scheduling interviews, doing different calls to action, this and that, right? It doesn't take me a long time. It takes me about, if I'm slow about it, it takes me 2 hours. Typically, it takes me about an hour to create the content for the week, right? So doing that on the front end nurture and back end nurture is my team really truly supporting and connecting with everybody who registers and comes to these retreats and working with them about what this looks like for them, right? And number 4 is incredibly the most important thing really as you scale is going to be a team. And as you do your planning, map out your calendar, really put those dates on the calendar, right? So that you know exactly what's happening in the next 12 months. Get really crystal clear if this is your ever revenue goal, this is the number of registrations you need, this is the number of calls you're going to have, right? Get accountability in place, whether it's a meeting with yourself or with your team every single day, right? We do a 20-minute stand-up meeting, that's it, right? Where we run through the metrics every single day, right? And I think that's pretty much it. So I hope this was helpful to you guys. Really, really excited to get to connect with you guys. By the way, those of you guys who are watching this from the mini retreat group already, you do have a message, or you will soon have a message from somebody on our team. And there's going to be opportunities for implementation calls as part of the retreat on Monday afternoon or Monday evening and Tuesday morning. So you want to connect with whoever's supporting you and really use them. We're available to you to answer any questions you have about your business in the DM and work with you. And we, that's part of what we do, and part of the serve method is serving everybody first before we ever expect you to be a client. It's not just a sales trick. It's part of our philosophy and really connecting with our people. And also we always like to hear, what are you looking for out of the experience? And I'm still working on tweaking the content for the next retreat. So we're really looking forward to hearing from you, what you think was missing in the last one, what you're really looking for in the retreat, so that we can really make it just the most amazing experience. So whether you or not you work with us as a paying client, this is something that is incredibly useful for you. And it's going to, even the 2.5 days is going to be something that you look back at and you're like, wow, okay, that really, transformed my life and my business. All right. So I appreciate you guys being here. I will be this week I went live on Wednesday. Typically I'm live on Monday just because, I came out of vacation, still in a little bit of a vacationing mode. Next week we're going to be live as always on Monday. And I will see you guys there, and let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, if there's topics you want me to cover. I'm totally happy to do that.